In the previous lesson, we learned how to create a form and display it in a web browser window. We also learned to display data in a tabular format using table. In this lesson, we will learn to divide the browser window into subregions. We will also learn to display multiple web pages with the help of frame. There are few drawbacks with using frames, so it is never recommended to use frames in your web pages. Have a look at the drawback of frames. First one is, some smaller devices cannot cope with frames often because their screen is not big enough to divide it up. Sometimes your page will be displayed differently on different computers due to different screen resolution. Third one is, the browser back button might not work as user hopes. Another one is, there are still few browsers that do not support frame technology. Despite of this drawback, still we learn frame for our knowledge purpose. Frames in HTML are used to divide your web browser window into multiple sections, where each section can load a separate HTML document. A collection of frames in the browser window is known as frame set. The window is divided into frames in the similar way the tables are organized into rows and columns. To use frames on a web page, we use frame set opening and closing tag instead of body opening and closing tag. It defines how to divide the window into frames. It has a nested tag, frame or no frame, which can be included with frame set. Please note that HTML5 does not support frame tag, so do not use this element in HTML5. Now we will look at some of the attributes of frame set. First one is rows. It is used to divide the web page horizontally. The rows attribute takes a comma separated list of values. These values can be either pixel values, percentage values between 1 to 100, or relative scaling values. You can specify the value for the rows attribute like this. First one is a simple numeric value assumed to be fixed size in pixel. This attribute should be used carefully since the size of the viewer window can change substantially even with slight change in the value. If fixed values are used, they should be used in conjunction with one or more relative size values. Otherwise, the browser will override specified pixel value to ensure that the total proportion of the frame are 100% of the width and height of the user window. Next is a simple percentage value between 1 and 100. If the total is greater than 100, all the percentage are scaled down. If the total is less than 100 and relative size frames exist, extra spaces given to them. If there are no relative size frames, all percentages are scaled up and matched to 100%. Last one is value asterisk. The value on this field is optional. A single asterisk character is a relative size frame and is interpreted as a request to give the frame the remaining space. If there exist multiple relative size frames, the remaining space is divided evenly between them. If there is a value in front of the asterisk, that frame get that much more relative space. Look at the example below. Here rows equals to 2 asterisks comma asterisks. That means the screen frame will divide into 2:1 ratio. Our next attribute is calls. It is used to divide the web page vertically. Like rows, it also takes comma separated list of values. Syntax and values are same as rows except calls in the place of rows. Our next one is frame tag. It is used to display different HTML pages in different frames. As this is an empty element, it has no end tags. It supports the following attributes. First one is src. The src attribute takes its value, the URL of the document to be displayed in the frame. Frames without src attribute are displayed as a blank space of the size of the frame. Next one is name attribute. It is used to assign a name to a frame so that it can be targeted by links in other documents. It becomes useful when you want to load a page to a specific frame. From where you call the page, use target attribute there and give the value same as the value of name attribute. The next one is scrolling. It describes if the frame should have a scroll bar or not. The value can be either yes, no or auto. That's all from this lesson. Now let's watch the practical of creating frames. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, give a like and subscribe this channel and hit the bell icon. Also comment and share with your friends. See you guys in the next video. Thank you.